Good morning. We're a bit tired this morning, last night, and we bought our next big toy, aka hopefully very important tool. So right now we're gonna drive down there and we're gonna go grab it and try to bring it all the way back here to our property. It's not the most beautiful thing ever, but we could at least afford it. Well, we got about halfway down our road, hit a bump. One of the terminal things on the batteries came undone, so it died. And we haven't been able to get it started since, so we'll see. We'll see if we get this home today or not, but at least we're able to drag it out from the middle of the road so people can pass. And I guess we're just gonna mess with this for a while and see how long it takes before we can get home with it. At least Cody knows what he's doing. At least Cody kind of knows what he's doing. I'm not even sure if I know what just happened here, but a lot just happened here. Cody's gonna have to tell us the whole story, but in this truck, somehow we got a fire. Oh goodness, you can see, this, oh man. And then that's the grass below us. Ooh. See it? What a mess.
Took a long time to get out of bed this morning. We are both still sulking a little bit from our day yesterday. Now that we've had some time to decompress, to go over the situation, what happened is we bought a small tractor to help with getting land cleared and leveling out and helping with our foundation, getting everything packed in, bringing in dirt and whatnot. And we had it delivered to the lot at the end of the trail. And we got it off the trailer, but started driving it up the trail, and we got maybe a third of the way. And the battery connection on the negative side came off, and the tractor puttered out. So I put the battery connection back on, and we have not been able to get it started since. There's a few things it could be. We're thinking it might maybe be a condenser or the 12-volt coil. So we're having a friend pick up some of those parts for us today when he's in Wasilla, with the tractor stopping working and me spending quite a few hours trying to get it working and off the road or off the trail. I decided to take the truck and just pull it. The truck was pulling it fine, but once we got to the big hill and I got about halfway up the hill, there was a loud bang and the truck, all the lights turned off and wasn't doing anything. I couldn't shift it or anything. So I turned the vehicle off, tried to turn it back on. Key does nothing. Nothing happens at all. So called in a favor to get pulled out of the way at least. And the neighbor came with his truck, and we disconnected the tractor from my vehicle and pulled my vehicle up the hill with me steering and him pulling. We barely made it up, and it was sounding really awful. I believe the transmission casing probably just exploded from what I can tell. But by the time we got to the top of the hill and I got out of the vehicle, it had lit on fire. But thankfully, the neighbor had a 250-gallon tank in the back of his truck that he had just filled up for water for his place. And I had a couple of old coffee cups in the truck yet, so we were sprinting back and forth, filling coffee cups of water and splashing it into the engine bay and crawling underneath and splashing it up and pouring it down on the floor in the cab. And we were able to get the fire extinguished. I mean, it did burn up quite a bit, but we were able to stop it. It didn't really damage any of the stuff we had inside the vehicle, so we were able to pull all that stuff afterwards.
Hi, future me right now. So we did learn a little bit more about what happened with the truck and kind of how it came to be the way that it came to be. Before we had left Wisconsin, we wanted to make sure that the four-wheel drive was working really well, so we got the U-joint and some sort of bar thing, whatever that is. We got that replaced so that it would be working properly. And that U-joint part that we had originally gotten replaced is what ended up failing on us. So when the truck was getting towed up the hill, that part actually, like, it had a big crack in it and it broke open, which kind of just resulted in a whole bunch of other things going askew, rubbing on each other. And then I think what happened is it started some grease on fire. And then the grease that was down there from the friction that caught on fire ended up catching onto all of the electronics in the truck. So it actually had nothing to do with the transmission whatsoever. The transmission is still in the same state that it was in before. But the electronics all going out is kind of a pretty big deal. So we're not really sure what we're going to do with this truck. But it's always nice to kind of learn a little bit more of what actually happened so that we can do our best to make sure that it hopefully doesn't happen in the future.
But the vehicle is now just sitting on the side of the trail and is doing absolutely nothing. So we're looking into options on what to do. With our crappy luck and crappy mood, I think we're gonna keep with the crappy theme and start working on the outhouse today. So we're gonna build up a frame and figure something out there.
We haven't put too much thought into how we're going to build this outhouse. So we're going to kind of just wing it today. We grabbed a few of the 2x4s, some of like the not actually great quality 2x4s. So we grabbed those, brought them over here. We're going to use those as like the main wall supports for our outhouse. And then looking at where our house is going to be. So we still have to get this last 7, I think it is. Yeah, so I have 2 blocks done. We just need to get 7 more blocks placed and leveled. So we kind of know at least where the house is going to end. And then in reference to the pit that we dug, we're going to kind of angle it a little bit and kind of build it straight on from where I'm standing right now. We'll see how this goes because we're making it up as we go along.
Man, it's not fun showering with mosquitoes. It really isn't.
Well, one bend versus like 4 different bends. I thought it'd be easier. It is not as easy as I thought.
just a second. Hold this here. Okay. Perfect.
Woo!
Just tip it straight up.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, now we have it sloped so it goes this way.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pick it up, retwist it around. It's gonna have to be on this side. Hold together, please. Oh, don't trip on the rake, though. Where? Oh, where is the hammer? Where is it?
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
I caught him.
you did.
Okay. These aren't even 2x4s.
Yeah, they are.
Are they really?
Yeah, these are 2x4s.
This is a 2x4?
Yeah, it's just a boughten 2x4, not a true like what we're cutting.
Huh, it seems so much smaller.
Well, yeah, it is. About a 1/4 inch smaller on each
Half inch.
dimension.
Half inch.
Half inch?
If I think about what could possibly make us move back to Wisconsin, if there was a forest fire that just took everything out, that would do it.
Yep.
Yep.
I can agree. It'd have to be a forest fire where we lost everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Go big or go home, right?
I mean, that's certainly what we're doing. I don't think we could be more all in. Like, I do not think it's even possible. So anyway.
Hold them both.
Oh man, that's a reach.
Got it?
Oh, it seems like you are really making this out a square.
Well,
Like
hold that side
extremely.
and move this one. Push it.
Is it in a little bit?
No.
Oh, is it close enough if it's almost touching? Right.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll finish the framing, the flanking.
We'll get the flanking on, yeah, and then we'll nail that top for sure. And I'll get the tops cut and get the angled pieces in, at least 3.
Yeah. Do you have your plan figured out yet?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we have ways to go still. The roof, oh, I'm a little too close to tell, but it's gonna slant this way so that all the water is gonna be run off over here. Eventually we'll have that water runoff turn into some sort of like rain collection, hand washing station, I think. We have a few days of no rain in the forecast, so hopefully we can make a lot of progress, get this done, and then hopefully we can get further on the house foundation too.
And figure out the tractor and the truck.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Me neither. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's a good way to use up these end pieces that we've been milling, so it's working pretty good for siding. Not even gonna put them in all the way, but you gotta pull them out. We put what we had for steel up there, but it's clearly not perfect. It doesn't go nearly far enough down or up, for that matter, and it doesn't overlay quite right. I only put 4 nails in each sheet just to hold it there, but it'll keep us dry in the meantime until we can actually get some steel. But we'll probably put off getting steel until we are buying steel for the house, so it'll probably sit like this for a little while. I'm going to put some windows in here. We have these sheets right here, which was originally from a geodome greenhouse, and they were triangle pieces. I just cut them into a rectangle, and I'm just gonna put them in there. You can't really see through them, but they'll let some light in, so it's not so dark. Time for the windows to go in. And I think I'm just gonna put a couple nails here, 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 and here just to hold it for now. And then later, if we come through and finish this any nicer, I'll replace it with actual boards in here.
Just needs to get like swept, cleaned up a tad, and then.
Yeah, we'll sweep it out, and up here we got a big gap because the steel doesn't go far enough. So we'll get this steel replaced eventually, and then I'll have to get a door on here, of course. Might just hang a curtain for now until I'm able to mill some stuff to build a door. And then these I won't cut until we have the actual steel we're putting on, and then I'll worry about cutting them perfectly straight for that steel. And then maybe long term we will sheet or plank the inside here so it actually looks nice on the inside instead of all this jagged stuff. And then I'll be able to actually frame that window in and make it look decent. Oh, and of course we still have to cut the hole here, but we got to pick up a seat first so I know what to cut. Other than that, I think we're done. And it's going to stay like this for now.
Mm-hmm. I want to hang tools on this outside wall.
Oh yeah, let's hang some tools.
Yeah. Well, I need a ladder, so.
Hi. Hitched a ride with a neighbor, one of the weekenders that come up from Anchorage, and she brought us down to Anchorage to a lot so that we found a vehicle that we were interested in. And being our vehicle wasn't working, we definitely needed something, and we got there just a little bit before closing, tried out the vehicle, and well, now we got a new truck.
Woo! So, I would like to place bets on this shiny windshield. How long is it going to be before it's either cracked or chipped or something? I would like there to be bets, because with our luck, it's going to be before we even get home.
3 weeks.
3 weeks? I think my guess is going to be, I don't know. I want to say it's going to happen on this drive home, but I'm going to try to think positively, and I'm going to give us maybe 2 months.
So possible. Gonna break our windshield in 2 months.
Yep.
I think positive would be we're not gonna break our windshield.
Yes. but we are we are learning from our mistakes. We had the option to buy another truck a few days ago. We took it for a test drive, and it didn't seem very reliable in the slightest. So we just kind of had to bite the bullet and went to I mean, it's still a used vehicle, but it's super new. It's a 2019, so we paid for it, but hopefully it's gonna last for us, and we won't have as many issues now. And then we are also learning from our mistakes, and we are right off the bat getting full coverage on this thing, because we've only had just the minimum that's required, because none of our vehicles have really been worth that much. But yeah, we are fully insuring this guy, and it's hopefully gonna last us for a very long time.
Better.
Yeah, better. But it feels good. It feels really good to have a vehicle again.
Very nice vehicle. I'm happy with it. I'm not happy that mirror's broken, but they said they're gonna fix that.
Yeah, so the only thing was it got vandalized while sitting in the lot. So the mirror, it's kind of hard to see, but right just in that corner it's spidered, broken, and then you can see the chip of plastic is gone. But the place that we're getting it from, they're ordering in the parts for us, and we just have to come by again and we'll pick them up and just get that fixed out. So for me, I would say the biggest downfall is that it's now a shiny new vehicle, so we're kind of harsh with our things. And I mean, I want to treat it like a little baby. I want to keep it nice and safe and clean and not scratched up or anything. So it's going to be hard to use the truck for the things we have to use it for. I think it's gonna be hard for a little bit until it gets a couple dings in it. But
well, when we get home, I'll pull the hammer out, ding it all up, so you don't feel bad later.
But otherwise, the other.
I'll wait 3 weeks for the windshield though.
Stupid. Otherwise, the only other downfall that with this truck than the truck that we had is the other truck was like a full 8-foot bed, and this one is a bit shorter. We do have full back doors, or what doors, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The second row of seats have full doors instead of like the little half things that we had with the white truck. But because of that, the bed is actually a little bit shorter too. I think it's only 6 feet, so which is fine. I mean, that's totally doable.
I would have rather took an 8-foot bed and half doors back there, but
Yeah, initially we wanted the half door with an 8-foot bed, but I mean, we were desperate, and at least we were making good choices with this thing. So. So this is the final look for the outhouse, at least for right now. Probably for quite a while, actually. Got all of the sides done. The roof still needs to be figured out, but we have to get more sheet metal in order to do that properly. This side. I'm actually pretty pleased with how this turned out. Because that metal is a little bit shorter, we have a pretty big gap right there, and since this is used metal, there's a lot of holes in it. I'm not sure if any of that's coming through. We got some nail holes in the metal, so it isn't actually weather tight, which is totally fine. We at least have a nice outhouse to use instead of the woods. And then I'm really happy with how all of this turned out right here. It's nice just to have some stuff kind of up off of the ground. It feels like we're making progress. Back here we have a good handful of other tools that we just didn't really have space to make it look super nice on the front wall. I might just put up a few nails and kind of tack them up here, just temporary, but we'll see. I'm not quite sure where those are going to go yet. And then the same gravel that we're bringing in around the foundation, and we've been using around that, we're also going to bring it around here, kind of put it around the outskirt of the outhouse, make it nice and level, easy to walk on. And then we still have to build some sort of a step right here. I don't know if it's going to be, might be like 2 steps up, just because right now it's a pretty big reach to get up there, but